on Sunday morning, some of the women went back to the tomb to finish the job they'd started. Now, what should they have expected to see? They should have seen a rock tomb with a large stone rolled in front of it, sealed with Roman soldiers guarding the entrance. That's what they should have seen. What did they see? A rock tomb with the stone rolled away from the entrance. The soldiers appeared to be asleep, and an angel was sitting on the stone. The angel tells them that Jesus has risen just as he said, and that they should look inside the tomb to see for themselves. And sure enough, Jesus is not there. The burial clothes are there, but Jesus is not there. They go back and tell Peter and John, who come back to the tomb to see for themselves, and sure enough, the body is missing. Now, how's that for a twist, huh? Missing body? Kind of thing you might see in an Agatha Christie novel. You know, the type of thing where the missing body isn't really a missing body, it's really the murderer. So what are the possibilities? What happened to the body of Jesus? It could be that the women got confused, simply went to the wrong tomb. And that happens sometimes, doesn't it? Women go the wrong way. I heard a story, I don't know if it's true or not, about a woman driving down the freeway and her hands-free cell phone rang. Answering, she heard her husband's voice urgently warning her, "Honey, I just heard on the news there's a car going the wrong way on Highway 77. Be careful." She said, "It's crazy. It's not just one car. There's hundreds of them." Now, what are the chances? I mean, really, what are the chances that the women went the wrong way and went to the wrong tomb? Well, what are the chances that when Peter and John ran to check things out for themselves, that they would run to the exact same wrong tomb? I'd say 2 chances, slim and none. Could it be that the body was stolen? Probably not. The Roman soldiers would have checked that the body was there before they sealed the tomb, and they would have paid for that lost body with their own lives. Again, chances are slim and none. Could it be that the twist is the same as the story of the Japanese shipbuilder, that he wasn't really dead after all? Could it be that Jesus never really died, and that when he recovered from his wounds, he simply rolled the stone away and walked out? But the chances of him recovering that quickly and that completely are slim. The chances of him doing so without attracting the attention of the Roman soldiers? None. No, unlike the Japanese shipbuilder, Jesus really was dead. The spear to the heart proved that. And here's the twist. Listen to what the angels said to the women in Luke 24, verse 5. "Why do you look for the living among the dead? Why do you look for the living among the dead?" I heard about a guy named Jason who used to preach at the 4th Street Church in Omaha, Nebraska. He and his wife Joni used to live among the dead. I mean, really, they lived in a caretaker's home in the middle of a cemetery. And they lived there rent-free as long as they mowed and kept up the yard. But eventually they bought their own home, and they sent a message to their friends that said, "It's not every day that somebody moves out of the cemetery." And that's true, it's not every day, but it has happened before. See, the twist isn't that the women went to the wrong tomb, or that the body was stolen, or that he wasn't really dead. The twist is that Jesus really was dead, and that now he is alive. The body's missing because the body's been resurrected. It's more like an X-Files thing. It's a Twilight Zone kind of thing, more than it is a whodunit kind of thing. But here's something else about the twist. The twist is only effective in a story if it positively affects the story. And that's why, even though the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion beg her to stay, the carnival huckster has to try to take Dorothy back to Kansas. So So what's the positive effect of the resurrection? I mean, it's a nice story, but does it really make any difference that the body's been resurrected as opposed to stolen or just plain missing? Well, yeah, I mean, it really does. In fact, the twist in the story of Jesus' life sets up a twist in the story of our lives. And the twist is this: never-ending joy. It would have been interesting to have been a fly on the wall when that Japanese shipbuilder came walking in the door, to see the change that would have come over the family when they realized that their loved one was not dead after all. What if it had been your family? Your tears would have turned to laughter, your mourning to dancing, your devastation to elation. You would have felt like you had just won the biggest lottery in the history of the world. You would have felt like right there in your own home, death had been defeated. And that's what Jesus' followers experienced. And it was exactly what Jesus had predicted just a few hours before he died.